Boy, guys, I gotta tell you, I am loving my new Mercedes. This Mercedes is awesome, it drives fast, and everybody else that bought a Mercedes absolutely loves it. The only problem is, though, is that the dealership that I bought it from said that for the Mercedes to actually drive and be operational, that I have to remove all the doors, remove the hood, and remove the windshield as well. And that will make the car drive. And if I'm not able to do those things, that I should have probably prepared better, and I should have probably gotten a better car so that I can use this car. Now, of course, that's probably a very poor analogy when it comes to the current situation going on in Borderlands 4 right now, but there are some similarities to draw from that. If anybody's been on Twitter these last few days and has seen the outcry from the fans and the backlash from Mr. Randy Pitchford himself when it comes to the poorly optimized Borderlands 4, you will immediately have known what I was talking about. Now, Borderlands 4 released in a completely terribly optimized state. If you haven't seen that, go check out some of the other people's videos on it. I can find a few of them, maybe link them in the description. But I did not purchase Borderlands 4. I don't really buy games on launch anymore from AAA studios because I know how scummy they are. And I know that most of these games are going to be releasing unoptimized and poorly executed. And we would get little to no feedback from the developers, and we're still paying premium price for it. Randy Pitchford has repeatedly said that this is a premium game. It is not a premium game. Premium games are meant to run how you want them to run, despite what the developers say. We've seen repeatedly that Randy Pitchford, oh my Lanta, has been constantly saying not to expect 4K game, not to expect the game to run at 4K, not to expect the game to run at high resolution, not to expect the game to even run at 60 FPS. And it's like, if you're paying premium price for a game, the game should run however you want it to run. If you are paying $70, $70, $110, and I think $120 for like the super deluxe Gooner edition, whatever it's called, if you're paying that much money for a game, the game should run day one, and you should not have to turn your graphics down to low to medium settings on the best hardware in order to even play the game. Now, we've seen the Borderlands shills that are saying, oh, but the game is still fun even on low graphics. The game is still awesome even running at 30 FPS. And you know what? Fun is subjective. You know, if you are having fun playing Borderlands 4 and you're having a great time playing it, power to you. I'm not saying you should not be having fun playing it. I'm not saying any of that. I love Borderlands. I've played through Borderlands 2 3 times. I just played through Borderlands 3. I loved Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 gameplay-wise is my favorite in the entire series. And when I saw Borderlands 4 being announced and shown, I was so excited because I was like, hey, Borderlands 3 gameplay-wise was a ton of fun. Yeah, the story was awful, but the gameplay was awesome. I loved the gunplay. I loved the uniqueness of the guns. I loved the Vault Hunters. And I was like, hey, maybe Borderlands 4 will be better. Now, of course, once I saw everything starting to unravel, Mr. Pitchford himself saying that if we charge $80 for the game, real gamers, mind you, during an economic crisis will find a way to afford it. That was already rubbing people the wrong way, myself included. You know, I work full-time. I have a family that I need to, support, and I'm grateful to be able to support them with the full-time job that I work during the day. And to hear a game developer say that, especially when you are trying to continue to like and support your franchise, is extremely disingenuous and horrible. And I've seen a lot of the Borderlands shills on Twitter, and you know, I'm not trying to direct hate at anybody, but you have to wake up and realize that this game is very poorly optimized from most of the people that I've seen, especially streamers. I don't think I've seen a single person running at native graphics without DDS or whatever, DDSL or whatever, and frame gen on. And their PCs are worth more than my rent every month, you know? I've seen a lot of the Borderlands shills saying that, oh, you can hate Randy Pitchford and still appreciate the works that the devs put in. I would argue that you cannot. The developers are the ones that created this game. The developers are the ones to optimize this game. If the game does not run well, if the game is not optimized, that is the fault of both parties. Now, of course, I'm talking more about the developers that had the aspect of the game running. I'm not talking about the art style, the storyline writers. I'm not talking about them, of course, because they count as developers as well. But the ones that make the game and put it together, they are to blame as well. They are both to blame. And even if that was not the case, and say the game ran well, say the game was optimized well, and Randy Pitchford is still calling us all brokies for not being able to run the game on hardware, that's $2,000, or not calling us premium gamers because we didn't buy his premium game. Even if that were not the case, you purchasing and you playing the game directly supports Randy Pitchford. So no, you cannot separate your hate for Randy Pitchford or disdain. I would rather say I don't hate the guy. He's obnoxious and pretentious and prideful. I don't hate the guy, but I dislike him. So in my opinion, you cannot separate your disdain for Randy Pitchford from supporting the game, because you supporting the game directly supports Randy Pitchford. And if you don't care about any of that stuff, that's completely fine. Power to you. I really hope that there are people out there that, are able to enjoy the game and have a good time playing it, if that's what you really want. But at the end of the day, you are paying premium price for a premium game that is not premium. And it is insane that I have to pull this example out, but here we go. This is it. Call of Duty. I bought Call of Duty last year, Black Ops 6 on launch because I was super excited for it. And the game, that was a premium game on launch. I'm going to say it. That was a premium game on launch. The game ran well. The game was optimized well. I have a 3060 Ti. I was able to turn on max graphics for Call of Duty. And Call of Duty, I have my negatives about Call of Duty, of course, just as anybody else does. That game is infinitely better looking than Borderlands. Any of the Borderlands games. Infinitely better looking. And I was able to run Black Ops 6 on max settings with my 3060 Ti. But Randy Pitchford is telling me and you that you should expect to turn the graphics down to be able to play the game. You should not expect to run the game at max settings. You shouldn't expect it, because that's not how you're supposed to play the game. That is obscenely ridiculous, especially for a game like Borderlands, a cel-shaded cartoon game. You expect me to believe that you are not supposed to be able to run Borderlands 4 at max settings? Okay, buddy. Whatever. We have seen beautiful looking games. Expedition 33. The game you're looking at right now, Helldivers 2. I'm able to run this game at max settings, and there are graphics on the screen. There's gunfire, there's enemies, there's explosions, and the game runs perfectly fine. And like I said, the example earlier, I was able to play Black Ops 6, max settings, max graphical settings. I had zero problems with it. Game-wise, of course, there's network connectivity issues in Call of Duty. There are some glitches, but the game was optimized extremely well. I have not seen a triple A premium game that's run this badly, and have been told by the developer that A, it's your fault, you need to turn your graphics down, and B, this is to be expected. This should not be how premium games are. This should not be how games are, period. But we shouldn't be surprised. This is the direction AAA gaming has been going for a long time now. You release a game unoptimized, poorly finished, not even finished, and you have to pay $70 for it, and you have to buy the DLC that's coming along with it, and you have to buy the season pass, and there are microtransactions in the game. For those that don't want to support Borderlands 4 right now, do not support it. I'm not going to buy it right now. Does the game look fun? Yes. I can admit the game looks fun when it's able to run. I've seen not developers. I've seen streamers play the game. The game looks fun. Like I said, I've enjoyed every Borderlands I've played so far. The game looks fun when it's able to run properly. But this is the thing, though. It's not worth $70. There is no world where this game is worth $70. This game is not worth $70. It's not worth $60. It's not worth $50. It's not worth $40. Wait for the game to go on sale. Wait for the game to be $35, maybe $30. Heck, wait for it to be $20. I got Borderlands 3 for $5.99 during the Steam summer or spring sale, I think, this year. I got Borderlands 3 for $5.99, and I loved the game. I did. That's what you should be expecting for Borderlands 4. Don't buy the game full price. Don't buy it near full price. Don't worry about FOMO, because guess what? We're not missing out on much. The only thing we're missing out on is a game that doesn't run. That's what we're missing out on. Do you want to miss out on that? No. Save your money. Buy better games that are optimized well, that are fun, and where the developers actually care about your thoughts and opinions and your time and your money. Helldivers 2 is one of them. Expedition 33, we've seen, is one of them. Hollow Knight Silksong is also one of them. Invest in games and invest in game companies that care about you and your time and respect you, your time, and your money. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. If you guys have played Borderlands 4, let me know what your experience is. I will not buy the game right now. I won't buy the game for anything probably below $40 because that's what I think it's worth right now. Now, of course, could optimization come in the future? Of course. Maybe the game becomes extremely well optimized and maybe it's one of the best games. Maybe it becomes the best Borderlands game on the planet when it's optimized well. But right now, it is not optimized well. So it is not worth $70 in the slightest. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I would love to be able to interact with you guys. I read every comment, and I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are. Everybody, hope you guys stay hydrated. Hope you guys stay healthy. Hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day. Take care, everybody.